Hey guys. Ooh. Ow. Oh. Filming inside today. Had an accident over the weekend, blew out my back. So anyway, I went through my knife collection, found two other knives compared to this OdenWolf. Bulu, I think. I still don't know if I'm saying the name right. But again, my code will be used in this video. It'll be linked and everything will be down in the description. The code's KnifeMania10, KnifeMania 10, all one word, capitalized letters. Go to OdenWolf.us and at checkout put in my code. Again, link will be in the description. Out of all my knife collection, I found two knives that were very close. One's basically the same price. Okay. The other one, you could buy 7 of the OdenWolves for the price of the one knife. So this one's a ball buster for me, man. Alright, so been carrying this for a week. Just using it around the yard, in the garage, here in the house, doing food prep with it. Just getting a feel for the knife. You know what I mean. Just use it, get a feel for it, see what you like. Yeah, well, I guess I got another knife, the W3, which is almost identical to this, but it's not as strong. I've already showed you that knife. So I'm going to show you this knife compared to a couple others. The second knife I found, this is a Damascus knife. It comes in a kit on Amazon, so you have to assemble it. It's 50 bucks. Damascus, it is some sort of carbon because I've had to clean it and oil it and everything else. So it's some sort of carbon Damascus. But they are literally like almost identical. This one's a little bit wider. I like the handle on this one a lot better. But then again, I made it to fit my hand. So, yeah, I mean, they're both roughly the same thickness, but this one I have no idea what kind of carbon steel it is. It is a carbon steel. The sheath honestly sucks that comes with the knife. Oh man, I left them over there. Ow. Alright, so this is the one that comes with the OdenWolf. This is, I mean, it is leather, but I mean, it's janky. It really is. So, like most of my knives, I'll have to make another knife for that kit knife. Like I said, it's a harpoon style, just like this one. The blade width is a little bit wider. Thickness, just a hair thinner. I think this is 3/16. I think this is 1/8. 50 bucks. You gotta put it together. You gotta stain it. I stained it with I forgot what kind of wood it said it was in the kit, but it took a really nice red rosewood stain. Very nice. Comes with the pins, liners, super thin liners. They're white liners. When I built this knife, rather than using 2-part epoxy, I just used super glue. Worked fine so far. Nothing's pulling apart, nothing's spreading, nothing's separating. But again, it's Damascus. I have no clue what kind of steel it is. This is D2. I'll definitely trust this knife over this knife. But check them out. They're on Amazon. 50 bucks. Fun kit. Something to do. I really enjoyed this. This will be one of those knives that I might get a couple more of these kits and do them. Just that way I got a collection of them. You know, something, whatever. So, only other knife in my collection that I could find that was even remotely close to this one. Again, this is like $49.90 on OdenWolf.us. This is a real kick in the balls because I've been using this knife. The other knife I have been using for years, a couple years now. No, over a year. Just over a year. And it's my favorite woods knife. Okay, my absolute favorite woods knife. $50, $350. It is my Winkler. Okay. They're both 3/16 thick. You get a little bit more blade on the Winkler. There goes on the Winkler. Extra large hands. There's that one. So I almost swallow that whole handle on this one. 80. I forgot the steel. 80 something. Anyway, on this one, it is a carbon steel. D2 on this one. If you look real close, if I can get the focus, maybe, you can see it's been used. Yes, those are my initials engraved in it. But just a beautiful, beautiful knife. The only reason why I would trust this knife over this knife is because this is D2. It's going to be more brittle. Okay? Tips are actually roughly the same thickness. Again, you got maybe 3/8 of an inch more cutting blade on this, but when you stack them, the Winkler, I think the Winkler is 9 inches. I think this is just under 9 or almost right at 9 as well. So they're almost exactly the same size. Ergos on this one, much more rounded. Filling because it's much thinner in the handle, but it's also much wider. So depending on what you're using it for, you know, go that way. Both of these I would consider woods knives, or yeah, I'd take them in the combat knife type deal. But definitely really great woods knives. Here's the thing. A lot of people don't have $350, $400 to throw down on a custom, handcrafted, United States made Winkler knife, okay? I'm truly blessed that I've been able to do so. But, yeah. Again, my favorite woods knife. I can do everything in the woods with this that I want to do. I can do everything in camp I want to do. I can do everything bushcraft I want to do with this knife. I'm going to say I should be able to do the same with this knife. Still learning it. So, $50, $350. Both carbon steels. Both very robust. Don't have the $350 to spend on a Winkler. You do have $50 to spend on a reliable, just good camp outdoors knife. I wouldn't label these as bushcraft knives, but as a camp or outdoors knife, a hunting knife, something like that, where You might have to cross the line on certain things. I'm going to say, yeah, OdenWolf. Now, I will always carry my Winkler. I'm sorry. Oh, the sheaths. Oh, I gotta turn slow. Sorry, guys. This is for the OdenWolf. Comes with a tech lock, Kydex, ferro rod. Comes with a different system for a dangler. This one you have to take your belt off to slip it through. The other one you don't. You can take that whole thing off and just use the Kydex. Very nicely done, okay? But it is noisy. Winkler, for those of you who don't know, it's Kydex with leather on the outside and leather on the inside. The mount, you can do anything you want to do with this mount. I'm actually going to make it to where I'm going to make a dangler for it. I normally, if I'm in the woods, I actually reverse this way, flip it on this side. That way it's scout carry behind me, and I can reach back with my right hand and grab it. Now, just around camp or whatever, I carry it vertical on the belt. I got the dab bod. You know, my rolls might get in the way a little bit. Never stab myself putting it back in though. Just a very nice, well thought out sheath. The sheath is a lot better on the Winkler. And absolutely no sound. The retention, phenomenal. So, I know it's not really a fair comparison. I mean, a $350 knife or a kit knife, which I have no clue what the steel is on it, compared to the OdenWolf. I do have other knives that are similar in size, but constructed completely different. Hunting knives that are the same size. I got bushcraft knives, but they're all Scandi and everything else that are roughly the same size. These were the two knives that came closest to matching this knife. So, yeah, I'm going to have to hang up my Winkler for a little bit. I'm going to have to force myself to take this. And, like I said, so far I got absolutely no complaints with this knife. I love this knife. Again, OdenWolf.us, Knife Mania 10. The link, everything will be in the description. I'm sure the missus will do some sort of crazy editing like she normally does. Well, starting to do anyway, which is actually really cool for me. Another video that's going to be coming up probably in a month or so is I started going through my collection, and I want to do small fixed EDC knives. So that'll be coming down the pipeline. I still want to pick up a couple more. I'm trying to keep them relatively cheap. I do have one really expensive one that I actually use when I ride my bike occasionally. Actually two really expensive ones. But yeah. So once again, OdenWolf.USA, Knife Mania 10, all one word, capitalized. So far, a hell of a bang for the buck. I'm just going to say it. I mean, this thing compared to this thing, they're the same price. This is fun, but I have no idea about the materials. Right? This one, $350, $50. And I think this will do everything this will do. Talking about kicking the balls, man. So, once my back gets better, I will take the OdenWolf and the Winkler, and I will baton with them. I will food prep with them. I will do the kind of stuff that I would normally do out in the woods, probably in the backyard. It's going to take me a week or two to heal, so I'll try to do that before I get out for bow season. So, and it's coming quick. So, all right, guys, there you have it. Two knives in my collection that are really close to the OdenWolf. Again, use my code. Save yourself 10. I don't think I said that. 10% discount at checkout. So actually, this knife, if you use my code, is cheaper than this knife. That's dumbfounding to me. Alright guys, keep your knife sharp, keep your fingers out of the way, and as always, be safe out there. Now I gotta get up to shut you guys off. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.